Okay, I rinse them really well, and I do use how can I say, a strainer that has holes. Okay, and I don't want everything getting wet. Do you see how it has holes and everything? And I have another strainer here that I use like for lentils, smaller ones. Okay, and I use a grease splatter to let it air out because you don't want it to get moldy. So you see that the husk does come off, okay? Estamos hablando de brotando frijoles. And vemos que, why did this turn on me? Okay, there we go. Que la cáscara sí se cae, okay? Y también se abran. Okay, this is one, so I soaked them for 12 hours overnight. And then these have been sprouting for 24 hours, sorry, so one day. And in the process, we do see that the husk is coming off on some of these, which is very natural because it's really hard for our bodies to digest the husk. And so here you see, and then they do split open. And the reason they split open is because we have to remember these are actually a type of seed. So from here, what you're seeing right here is the tail, okay? And this is the sprout. From the sprout then comes the roots. So I wish I had a picture of it. So it ends up being like a tail, and then like you get this like, like these little thin fiber roots coming off of it, okay? And then on the other side is when you're gonna start seeing the plant, the plant coming. So that's how come they split, just like every other seed. Okay, you see that a really good example that you can see it is from avocado seeds. Let me see if I have an avocado available. Ok, entonces estoy usando el ejemplo del aguacate. Aquí está la semilla del aguacate. Ahí, mira cómo se abre allí. So you see that over here too. You see how it opens. So what happens is from the seed, which the bean is actually, a seed, okay? And a part is, I know this one, we're hoping we can salvage it. Okay. Cut that off right now and I get off the camera. And so I'm being picky. All right, so you see that it splits. So one part going downwards is you're going to have the root, and this part is the plant. You see that? Okay. Yay. So I hope that helps. So regresando aquí con los frijoles, coming back to the beans now, so you have a better understanding of what's going on in the process. Now, you really don't need to eat the roots. It does when it comes out, those long fibers, but yes, you do want them long. So 3 to 5 days, even up to 7, but it does give a very different taste. It's not bad when you eat the fruits, the roots, okay? The fibrous stuff that comes from it. It just, it does change the taste. Make sure that this gets aired out if you're doing big bulks like I am. I have a big family I cook for, a lot of people, and people make their orders, and here in the LA area, and we deliver so a sprout of beans to them, so that way they could just cook it. For some reason that people like that. And you want to make sure that because it does release the starch. You don't need that starch, okay? It's really yucky. So we make sure we rinse it off and air it out. So I hope that helps. En el proceso sí hay que asegurar que hay suficiente aire. Ok, no quiere que se seque completamente porque están aquí en el proceso de germinación. Esa es una palabra, no sé. Ok, so espero que eso le ayude a entender lo que está pasando, ok, en el proceso, pero sí da mucho más nutrientes. Y luego yo los pongo allí en cocinar. Uso una olla de presión aquí. All right. And you guys see I use a pressure cooker. And also for the gas reasons, because I had celiac disease and IBS, and we had a lot of people with digestive issues. We do add epazote and turmeric in there, garlic. My 5 ingredients I always use is... So mientras que está aquí cocinando en la olla, so while it's cooking in the olla, right before I close it, antes de cerrarlo, siempre meto cebolla. I always add half of onion, about 3 to 5 cloves, depending how big those are, of garlic, epazote, turmeric, pepper, and basil. Yep, basil. And so basil is a digestive aid. And those are the items I have. If you saw any of the books I have in the background, they're more for looks. Those are ones I've had for ages because I don't eat meat anymore. But some of the stuff is really good to have for background information. If you go to on my website, I have the proper food combining chart for alkaline digestion. Si también vayan a mi sitio de web, tengo ahí una carta de cómo combinar la comida apropiada para tener reacción alcalina y no crear acidosis, because you don't want acidosis in your system. And just a little hint, this is it started raining last night, so I decided to make a vegetable potato soup. Oh my god, look at that, you guys. Wolfgang already started picking at it this morning before the juices. So I had broccoli, squash. They brought me a whole box of squash. Okay, so it has potato, corn, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli. Guys see that? And spices galore, celery. And I use the stock of the broccoli too. And like I said, we eat one meal a day that's cooked, and the rest is all raw. Okay, so and this is our cooked meal. It has chayote in there, and carrots, and a lot of spices. I cook with a lot of spices. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That was just an ad. It had nothing to do with the bean sprouting. Del caldo no tiene nada que ver con brotando los frijoles. Nomás le puse porque ahí andaba. And then I made 2 zucchini. Yeah, look at those zucchinis. I tell you, they brought me a whole big, it was like a big old bushel of zucchini. So I also zoodled them in case you wanted to know. So last night while watching Galaxy, the Guardians 2, we zoodled, okay, the zucchini, okay. Hicimos pasta de calabacitas from them. And well, we do a lot of things. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long. It was supposed to be a short one. Have a great day. Okay, chaucito de Nereida.